diamonds on my sweater. CASH my favorite leather. Rick on my pants, I wax my leather. Bro got a stick, so watch your gesture. And watch your chain, my bro's finesse. Rock helmet, linga, drippy fella. I smoke on bacon to my chest. He said he fucking with my vision. This product, not no true religion. This fed my cost your damn tuition. My police need an intervention. Broke on government assistance.
Oh shit.
Hello, everybody. The Expressions
We're
Podcast.
live.
Back again for another episode. Yes, sir. We're live. That's the guest talking right now. Let me introduce this man. He sort of shot up on the scene recently, and into the community. Just out of not I want to say out of nowhere, but I think he's starting to grow at that rate where he feels like he's coming out of nowhere right now. I've been tapped into him since he's pretty much, I feel like, started what he's doing right now, and I think he's going to be a legendary host page when it's all said and done. He has an absolutely incredible ear, and he's been a supporter of me and this podcast literally since day one. So I appreciate this man more than he knows, but I'm very honored to have on the podcast Arcade, my brother. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. I'm really happy to be here. Getting to meet you first time over a call and shit, but happy to be here.
I love it. Arcade, man, tell the people, where are you from?
So I'm from Milan in Italy. But I'm half French, and I grew up in Milan. I finished high school, and then I moved to the UK. I'm not gonna say where, but I moved to the UK for university, and I'm in my last year right now. So I don't know what's gonna happen next, like position-wise, but at the moment I'm between the UK and Milan.
Wow, our first ever Italian on the podcast. I love to see it. Italy is a beautiful place with beautiful, rich culture, amazing people. Here I am in New York. I've grown up around too many Italians, to say the least. So I'm such a fan of Italians. It's really cool to see, man. So my first question, especially for hosts, that I always like to ask is, especially for you being in Milan, because I know a little bit what Italian music sounds like, I'd say, and it's definitely not what you're posting. How
No.
did you end up in getting into this scene, this community? Because you're not just really into it, like you're really deep into it, you know? Like it's different. Like you're really tapped in. How did you get here, man?
I want to say this funny ass story.
Please.
If this interview ever gets big, then I hope the person sees it. But like growing up, I never really listened to like a lot of music until I was like in my mid-teens. Then I started listening to like, EDM, fucking Skrillex,
Yeah, of course. Legendary
dubstep,
music.
all that shit,
Hell yeah.
fucking YouTube intro music. And then when I moved to high school, I changed high school, and I met this Japanese guy. His name is Keitatsu. Shout out
Okay.
Keitatsu if he sees this.
Shout out to
And
him.
he put me onto Uzi and Nav. And then I started listening to rap, and then like at that point I only listened to that genre. Like I wasn't listening to EDM anymore. And I just like progressively the more I listened to the genre, the more I wanted to listen to like niche sounds. And I was listening to like the underground ATL scene for a while. And then at one point, I'd say like when I got into this side of the underground, I feel like most people would have found it through like arty shit. I found it through Kobe, SSG Kobe.
Of course.
So I was listening to him for a while, but I wasn't really following his shit on social media. I was just there for the music. And then once I like saw his page and like I got into like his friends and family thing, and it was like a rabbit hole from there. Like I was finding out about Plug, Autumn, Yeet, Summers, and then it kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And I was there for it. Like I love this shit so much. I love the sound. I love the community. Like everyone I've spoken to is so nice to me. I just love the scene.
Yeah. That was such a good story you just told right there. Let's kind of go backwards though. Starting with Uzi, what about Uzi to you? Because when you mention him specifically, that tells me that Uzi definitely had an impact on you and the type of music you were listening to, whatever else it may be. What about Uzi's music really clicked with you?
To be honest, my friend Keitatsu, he put me onto Nav first.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know. I know there's like a lot of like arguments about Nav
Nah,
online being
that's
ass.
all fake news. Nav is hard, bro. Nav
Yeah,
has
like
really good songs. It's
I
fake
can
news.
see why some people would dislike him, but bro, when I first listened to him, I was listening to the self-titled tape, you know, the Nav one, the one
Bro,
with that
please,
old logo. Bro,
dude.
that was like, holy shit, this sound is crazy. And then he dropped Perfect Timing. And
Mm-hmm.
when he dropped Perfect Timing, I was like starting to watch producers too, like not as much as now, but like I was paying attention to the producers. And I saw Metro, and then from Metro I found Mali Raw. And then at the same time I found
Happy
Mali
Love
Raw, my
Raw.
friend was like, listen to Uzi. And then it was the whole, 2016, 2017, and I was just bumping it. I don't know what connected about Uzi. I think it's like his old songs are so happy, like full of joy. Uh,
Yeah.
Fucking Alfa Romeo, like all those songs, they're so fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't really have that sound anymore now. It was just
I
like happy music.
Yeah, I love how you described Uzi's music right there because when the era you're talking about, Lil Uzi Vert versus the World,
Yeah.
obviously Love is Rage, the first one, the Perfect Love tape, that was in 2017. Like that, all that music, and then obviously Love is Rage too, even. All that music I would say was, especially the first three tapes, happy ass music, bro. Like everything was, the energy was so positive, it was radiating. You know,
For real. For real.
a lot of people
I-
on like Twitter and stuff like that always talk about, oh, like 2016 is different, yada yada yada. I tend
yeah.
not to buy so much into it because I'm like, bro, like the reality is always good to me. Like I'm always enjoying myself, but yeah, there was a different vibe in there, and perfectly said. There's not a lot of music like that out right now, especially off of like Louis versus the World. Like, yeah, nothing like that. So well said, man.
Yeah. Like
Mm.
Rhonda, like you would get out of school and it's like summer is shining outside and you're just playing Ronda. Like that's peak
Dude,
happiness right there.
I personally think the Perfect Love tape was like my favorite Uzi tape to date. I
Mm-hmm.
think still, it's yeah. You said it so perfectly, man. There was something just different in the air when Uzi was coming up, man. It really
Mm-hmm.
was special, and also too, I think. I think like similarly to Yeet and like the Yeet sort of how what's the word I want to use? How much of an attraction Yeet currently is, you know? Like if you've seen some of his recent live shows, it looks absolutely fucking insane. And I think Uzi had a really similar type run where like everybody was around Uzi. It wasn't just people tapped into the underground. It wasn't just people that liked rap music. Like everybody I knew in like my high school loved Uzi. Like loved Uzi. He made music for everybody. And there's not that many artists that make music for everybody like that. And especially currently. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Uh, it was
Shout
kind
out.
of
Yeah.
different
Hopefully.
for like because I mean I studied in an international school in Milan for like middle school, like pretty much my whole life. And even though it was a lot of international people, like most people, most students, like my peers were listening to other kind of music. So I didn't have a lot of friends who were like listening to the same artists that I did at
Mhm.
those points in my life. So, but yeah, like the few friends who did were like really close.
Yeah. So growing up in Italy, obviously going to international school is helpful as well, kind of getting, exposing yourself to all different types of
Yeah.
musics and sounds. But I'm curious, like, were a lot of people in Milan in general at your school, whatever, were they listening to a lot of Western music, specifically American type music? Because, majority of people I have on, specifically artists, are all from the United States here. So there are a lot of people listening to a lot of people in the States, or what was that like? Or you're sort of a black sheep?
Definitely a black sheep. Like
Okay.
I want to say in a positive way, because like everyone probably listens to like Italian rap. That's like the main thing.
Yep.
Uh in the, like 14 to like 25 age range. Uh Other than that, there's like Italian pop, and like if they do listen to American artists, it wouldn't be like these niche hip hop artists. But like I'm not talking about this like our scene. I'm talking about like they wouldn't even be listening to, I don't know, like Lil Keed would be considered way too underground
For
for the
sure.
Italian
Totally
audience.
understand.
Like if they do listen to artists, it's probably like Drake or I don't know, Lil Baby, like the main ones.
Yeah. Just a really, really, global
Yeah.
superstar
Yeah, the
type of
mainstream
level.
ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
for sure. That makes sense. That makes sense. So
But then
you
of course there's
Mhm.
like there's a audience for the underground too. Like we've seen like Lone, he came to Milan.
Yeah, that was crazy as fuck. Were you
Yeah,
there?
nah, because I went to the Lone concert in London because I was in the UK at the time. But I also went to a Pierre concert in Milan. I mean, it was like, well, you in the US, I would imagine Pierre getting like 2, 3K like
For
tickets, right?
sure.
In Milan, it was like 60 people.
That's
Yeah,
still
that's it.
That's still insane though. But the
That's
fact
so
that
funny
you
though.
could see
Like
Pierre with
this,
60 people is amazing though. That had to be
yeah,
such the coolest
it
experience
was a
ever.
vibe for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was so nice. I went with a friend. That's
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, no, it's like those because my favorite type of show was I've talked about this a couple times on here, but in October when I went to the Hard Rock show here in Brooklyn, New York,
That's
and
sick. That's so far.
it was so fucking crazy because how intimate though the venue was. There was probably I'd say like maybe a little over 100 people, but
Oh, really small.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
The thing is, you couldn't fit that many people in there regardless, so like it had to be small, but it made it so much more crazy. Like the energy was insane. Like the like inside
I
it was
believe you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
radiating. It was fucking radiating. And similarly to your experience with Pierre and Milan, I think that's amazing because those intimate venues I think are the best show because it's cool, right? You could go I could go see Drake at Madison Square Garden, right? And it's sick. He sells at the arena, but like, it's not the same as being, 10 feet away from Hard Rock in his first
Yeah, I
show
agree
in New
for
York,
sure.
or
I'd
Pete,
100 times go to a smaller show than a bigger show, for sure.
bro, easily. And again, like being like a couple of feet away from Pierre Bourne. Like Pierre Bourne made T-Lop 4, one of the greatest pieces of music I've ever heard in my life, bro. My mind would be exploding. And if first ever show in Italy for sure. It has to be.
I
So yeah,
guess, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that is amazing. So let's kind of just talking about your page a little bit. Let me give some of
Okay.
the bangers on there. Talk a little bit about that so people have some context too if they're not familiar with the Great Arcade. Your biggest song right now by the great Southside Silhouette, count up 22,000 streams now. That song has been crazy,
Yeah.
and has went crazy. It's an amazing song. I mean, it's Southside Silhouette, it's really that
Yep.
simple. It really is. You have a song with Snotty, who I've been fucking with more and more and more. I gotta listen to more of him though. I have to
He's
listen to more of
crazy.
them. Because I always
He's
hear a song I
so good.
like and then I don't know why I don't go back and kind of dive into all of his shit for whatever fucking reason, but that is my fault. Spending
Mm,
Habit, sick song. Remy Xerxes, Havin. I'm a big fan of that song. Shout out Remy too.
Shout
Especially
out, shout
podcast
out.
alum. Great guy. Tally the One, Nosebleed. I think that's your newest song right now.
Yep,
I mean, what can you say about Tally the One, man? He is fucking insane. He's an insane musical artist that
yep, yep.
exists. I'm happy. I'm happy to be alive at the same time as Tally the One making music, man.
Ali's
Um,
crazy.
Silent Casket, International, obviously another insane, insane artist. I love that song. NWLX, Ain't Coming Down, fire ass song, fire ass
hmm
song. Home by Love Blue, I love that song. You
I
DM me
posted that because
the
of you, bro. Yeah, I told you.
that's what I'm saying. I was gonna bring that up, and that's why I bring this song up too. Yeah, now shout out Blue, dude. He's fucking insanely talented. He comes up all the time on the podcast still. And it's crazy. Every song he does fucking numbers, bro, on his page. It is amazing. And then Persona by Sleeping Relics. I love that song. I feel like it's an underrated Relic song, which is unfortunate, but give the people some time. So, dude, like,
Yeah, I'm
what
not
has it been
rushed.
like to see your page kind of grow, man? And obviously your taste in music is exquisite. I think it is, me personally. But yeah, what does it feel like to kind of see your page grow like that? Because it's always cool when you go on SoundCloud, like every time you look, you probably have a notification, a like, a repost, a comment, something like that, man. So what does that feel
Yeah.
like?
Um, it's it's interesting. Like, because before I started this page, like quite recently, I'd say, I posted Count Up in July. So it's been like what, 6 months now? And
Yeah.
when I first posted the song, like it was dead, the page. Like I posted Count Up one day, as soon the second I bought it, like I posted it immediately. And for like a week it didn't get any traction. And I was like, what
Mm.
the fuck? Like I just paid for this song and It's not getting any numbers. Then
Yeah.
Southside, he posted it on his story with like a video and shit. And then it started taking off and like it was growing very fast. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? And from there I kind of like thought further into the page because I literally like the reason I bought that song was because I heard the snippet and I wanted like I was kind of like doing a group buy on my own.
Yeah, of course. You just want to
I
hear the
wanted the
song, of
song that
course.
bad, yeah. So I put out the page. Then from there I was like, yeah, I can probably like look into hosting and shit. Because I found out about hosting when I was like listening to like when I first broke into the underground. I was listening to like hard rock, thrax, um
Southside.
Southside I found out about later.
Okay. No, I just it's kind of like
But I
that
was like,
that whole come up is all
yeah,
sort of
that
clumped
side.
together. Yeah.
But yeah, I was like starting to listening to this side of the underground. And yeah, so I found out about them first. And then I found out about High Tech Steph. And I was like, how like what the fuck is his page? I couldn't understand it. I was like, he's not artist, he's not a producer, he's not a fucking label. So how's he posting other people's songs? And they're not like leaks, so I couldn't figure it out. And then I asked around, and the first person who I asked was Trent. Trent, by the
Jet,
way.
by the way. Yep.
Yeah.
Legend.
Like he was the one of the first host pages, him and Marcos and Honcho.
Yep.
Those three guys were like when I understood what hosting meant, those were the first three pages that stood out to me. Like, of course, I had heard of like Underwater, all the big ones, High
Yeah,
Tech
of course.
Staff. But these three were the ones from this scene, and like they're the people. Like they didn't like I speak to Honcho every once in a while, but I'm not really close to them. But like even before speaking to them, they're the reason why I have the host page because like they have some songs that are crazy and they're going to be a part of these artists' journeys. So like being a host and being able to like create that digital archive of the sound at that moment in time is just crazy to me. So
Yeah.
I look
Yeah.
up to those guys and I want to stick to having a page that's like quality songs. Like there's a lot of hosts who have like fire ass releases, but they'll post a lot of filler shit. And
Hmm.
then there's pages like Marcos where if you just go song after song, it's
Banger,
fucking
banger. Yep.
yeah, like no doubt for sure. So I want to go that way. And
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah. I really love what you just said right there, though. Being a part of these artist journeys, sort of having this digital archive, I think it's beautifully said. One of the coolest things about being a host page like this is, you're part of these artist journeys, a lot of them at the ground floor. And you mentioned a page like Honcho, Marcos, Trent, all those songs with Japan, with Thrax, with
Yeah.
SoundCloud,
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
Slim
yeah.
GGP, with
Mm-hmm.
fucking whoever else and anyone else that gets on those pages. They're going to continue to grow and grow and grow as the artists continue to grow and grow. So you sort of see the growth of an artist career, the sort of the exponential curve all the way up, man. And you get to be a part of that and you get to see it up close. So it really is something amazing. And also too, I think um a host also has the ability, once they're in position and they have a really large following, to then be able to actually put artists on and get more eyeballs, get more ears to
Yep.
that artist. And I think that's what's really, really amazing. Obviously the really large pages like DJ Fat, something like that, always posting like absolutely random people you've never heard of. Even Honcho posted. I bring it up because I listened to the song like 1,000 times in the gym last night. It was ridiculous. A leaks backpack or is a leaks back pouch? I forget what the hell. It's by Tally though.
My Tali, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
you
which one
know
you're
the song.
talking about.
I forget exactly what the name is, but I know the picture of it, and it's one of my favorite fucking Tally songs. But Honcho obviously has well over 1,000 SoundCloud followers now. And it's his first song ever with Tally, and it's like an essential kind of put, getting Tally more ears, more eyeballs, like I was saying
For
before.
sure,
So
yeah.
be able
Mhm.
in the position to do that, I think is really, really amazing, and it's a great service for the community to be a host, in my opinion. It really is.
It's another way I look at it, like this is probably like a little fucked up, but um if you like there's no way to physically invest into an artist's stock. Like you can't trade artists. But I think the closest thing to trading for like a artist value and like potential is literally being a host. Because like unless of course you're cool with the artist or like his producers and they send you songs for free to host. But like if you're just getting started and you want to like make a name for yourself fast, you're gonna have to buy music. And if you're buying music for like say you buy a song from Dior right now, and like I don't know if everyone agrees, but I think like Dior is gonna blow up. So like I'm betting on him.
Of
And in
course.
like 2 years' time, bro, the investment you made to buy the song is gonna pay you back in like attention to your profile. Like it's correlated. The artist growth and like posting songs of his, like it just makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like it really gives the host the ability to like display how much of a long shot they can anticipate. Because like I'm onto Tali now, and the whole underground is like this guy's next. Like
Mhm.
there's kind of a common place agreement about
No,
this,
it's
so
very true. It's very true too. I agree with that.
it converts.
Yeah. Hmm. And you're coming in at the like I said before, the ground floor, right? And so
Hmm.
that investment is very, very intelligent. And again, I said this on the Talking About a JGuap episode. It's not out at the date we're recording this, but
Hmm.
you know, I really do believe that the ability to hear something, hear a song, or see an artist and be like, oh, he's next, like that's a skill. If you're able to realize that, there's a lot of value to be extracted from that belief. Whether, obviously you could buy songs off them, grow your page,
Hmm.
do whatever it may, or let's say in my case, I'm like, yo, you got to come on the podcast. Like, I want to be the first one to have a Tally the One interview, which shout out Tally the One because you already came on.
Already happened.
I love that. But to the greater point, which is, hey, I think you're gonna be next up. So when I had you on 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now you just did a song with fucking Cardi or Ken or fucking Drake for God knows who else, to be the person who had the first interview is extremely valuable. And it's also something that, and I think you'd agree with. I just love to be at the ground level, man. I think that is the most interesting stage of an artist's
Hmm.
career or anybody's careers at the
Definitely.
beginning, man, when you're in the trenches. How do you get out of the trenches? And I think that is by far the coolest part of it. The come up and being up top, that's cool too. But there's nothing like being in the trenches, man. Nothing like it. Absolutely. So,
Uh, I wanted
oh,
to say one thing. I think like you said that recognizing artists' potential early on is a skill. I think like that's true, but I think there's like you got to be able to predict like a mainstream success not only because like I feel like these artists coming out of the scene like they really have the potential to go mainstream, like
I agree.
millions of monthly listeners, like not just like 500K monthly, like
Yeah.
that's like making it, yeah, sure, like you've gained an audience, but that's not mainstream. And like I think it becomes much tougher to make those long-term predictions.
Yeah, and it's actually so funny. Like, fuck it, we'll get into it right now. One of the questions I had here, and I'm gonna start asking every host who comes on because I want you guys to call your shots on here. But essentially, the question is, who is the most likely to blow up currently in the underground? But here is the caveat here:
Okay.
Yeet type
Yeah.
level, a
Okay.
Yeet
I
level
got you.
type
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
artist. Literally have this question written down. Who do you think has the potential to become a Yeet level star? Not right, like you just said. You said it so perfect. Not 500K a month on Spotify, even a
Yeah.
mil on Spotify. I'm talking, yes,
Yeah,
like
like
over five,
big
six,
time. Yeah,
seven,
yeah.
8, 9, 10 million monthly listeners. You're in every teenager's car bumping from
Yeah, yeah,
New
yeah.
York to California, from Milan to Paris, from fucking Shanghai to
Yeah,
Seoul,
yeah,
South
yeah.
Korea, man.
You want me to give one guy?
Nah, you give me like 3 to 5. I'll let you
Three to
I'll let you
five.
shoot.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you
And
definitely get a couple shots. You don't gotta
what
go.
what do you consider underground? Like, are we considering hard rock underground?
That's the thing. That's the thing about that, which is
Like,
like
how small of an artist does he have to be?
I think the more ballsy you get, like the more ballsy the
Okay,
guest is, the
okay.
cooler it would be
All right, all
looking
right.
into the future. But like, yeah, hard rock, like to me, hard rock's like basically a mainstream artist at this point,
Yeah,
which is
but like,
not true.
if It's not true at all. Yeah, like I
It's not
talk to
true.
my friends who don't listen to this shit. Like they're like, "Who the fuck is this?" Like
Who the fuck?
never even.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like they have no clue.
Exactly. And I agree with you. I agree. So like, here's what we could do. Here's what we could do. How about this? You could give me one guy who's more of an upper echelon, like sort of blown up already in the underground. So maybe like a
Okay,
Hard Rock Japan, Osama-san, and
okay,
then you could give me maybe get sort of decrease the scale
okay.
every
I got
time
you.
if you want to
Okay.
do that. All right, yeah, yeah. Take a go.
Um, this is kind of tough.
It is. It is. It is.
I want to put. Okay, so I definitely want to have Southside on there.
Okay.
I
Okay.
feel like Southside is so creative. He can change his sound so much. I think that gives him more longevity. Like you're more likely to listen to artists who is more versatile.
I
Like you're
agree.
not gonna listen to a guy who sounds the same on every song.
Agreed.
Although I do listen to Nav, but like I
But
think you have a higher chance of going mainstream if you're versatile. Like even like you could say Yeat, like his albums sound different one from
mhm,
another. I think Southside can do the same. Uh yeah, for sure. Southside is there. That's
Southside.
what
Okay.
one of the three. No
Okay.
specific order.
Yep.
Um okay, someone smaller than Southside. I'm just gonna go through my liked.
Yeah, please do it live, man. Do it live. That's what we're here for.
It's like I could drop a lot, but having 3 to 5. I think I don't know. I was gonna say Tano, but I'm gonna take that back. I don't think he can be like big time.
Yeah, like Yeet level, like Yeet
Yeah,
level.
no, I
For
don't
that.
think he would get there.
Yeah, he's pretty big right now though. At
Yeah,
this
but
stage.
like
Yeah, I get what you're saying
he's still underground.
for sure.
Um, fuck. I'm gonna go Japan. I'm gonna go
Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, okay, now I'm gonna go for some like
Really
underground.
in the trenches. Really in.
Okay,
Yeah.
like I've been listening to this guy. You know Lex and Sonic, like those
Yeah, of
guys,
course.
they have a group chat, and it was one of the first group chats I got added to, and I was on in it for like a few months, and I found out about this guy called Junebug.
Junebug.
Junebug,
Yeah, I know
yeah,
Junebug. I know
bro.
Junebug. Yep.
Okay, so he's like sent me some of the stuff on his album and like a few songs, bro. He is insane.
He's hard.
Junebug is on my radar, 100%.
I like
Tali,
that.
Tali is gonna be second. From the smaller artists, Tali for sure. But like, I don't even have to say it anymore. Like everyone has this opinion of him.
Yeah, yeah. He just.
Um,
Yeah, I think for him it's just differentiation. There's not a single person that sounds like him or even close to sounding like him. So when you hear it and it clicks for you, it's like a virus. It sticks in your head and you can't get it out. You're like, ah, I gotta put this shit back on. Every bar is a blessing from Tally the One Man.
mhm.
One more. Here we go. What do you got?
One more. Okay. This is kind of hard. I think, I think, I don't know if I want to put him in this list, but like Milan. Milan is like, I don't understand how he has so little attention. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. This guy has like some of the craziest music, and he has good backing. Like I see like like micro influencers posting his shit, people who are in the scene, like everyone's posting him, but he still gets so little attention. It's weird.
hmm
So I'm gonna put him there out of respect because like I've been listening to him for what, and I think he should be. I don't think he should be where he is right now. I think he should be further ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. That is an interesting point. I definitely think not as many people talk about it. I know Vague is a huge Milan fan. He's came on the pod and he spoke
Hmm.
exactly like you spoke of him. But I do think that whatever he's doing is going to pay off in the long run, though, because he's building a group of fans like you, like Vague, that are coming on here like saying, yo, you guys need to tap in. Like, you guys are sleeping out there, you know? And if there's two you guys, there's probably a lot more of you kind of that are have that same mindset about him.
Hmm.
So I think he's building a really strong organic fan base, which is really the most important thing for Milan
Yeah,
to do. So it is great to see that. I think he will have his time under the sun for sure. It's just one of those things that can't really explain it. It just kind of is what it is, but one day it'll sort of shift from that, you know?
for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's a great
Definitely.
list, though. I think it's a great list. Southside, Japan, Junebug, Tally, and then Milan. And obviously, you gotta shout out Milan, bro. He's showing love to the city.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
I
showing
I
love to
sent
the
when
city.
I was first talking to him, I sent him a screenshot of my maps, and he was like, "What the fuck you doing
Yeah.
out there?"
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, he definitely has to answer that one.
But I want to say that that list is for what you asked, which is like to get Yeet level. It's
Yeah, no,
not
of
my
course, of course, of
favorites.
course.
It's not my favorites. Like I listen to a lot more people, and like I don't want this to sound like I'm not giving
Not
props to
listen, man.
them.
Listen. Like this podcast, like there's no malice intent. Like I'm never coming on here like or even let people come in here just talk crazy about people. Like this is not what this is for. Like we're just having a conversation about it, you know?
Mhm.
It's just your opinion. I I definitely agree with some of those picks, but then there's some of them I disagree with, and not because I don't, and because but the thing is, I listen to all those artists like a lot, you know? So it's not that I think, oh, he's trash or he's not good enough. It's just like, nah, I just don't think they'll get to that level, but that doesn't mean that I don't listen to your music all the fucking day, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
So
sure.
yeah, I love that list. I love that list. And yeah, I like the takes that you made, especially Junebug. I'm very, very curious to see where he goes because I got
He's
put on to
dropping
him
the
not that long
album
ago.
soon.
It's
You
crazy.
gotta listen to his album. I think it's gonna be fire.
Hey man, I'll be tapped in. Shout out Junebug, man. I've had a couple conversations. He's a really cool dude. I gotta listen more to him though. I'm definitely sleeping. After like I'm gonna listen to him because you're like really tapped in right now. I'm like, okay, that confidence in him makes me want to listen to him. It's an easy decision. So yeah, like I said, absolutely love that list there. In your mind, what is the current state of the underground to you? Positive, negative? Um, I was having this conversation for another episode where, a lot of people talking about hip hop is sort of in a weird state right now. It's not great. Rap in general, falling off of the charts. The mainstream just doesn't really seem to be doing well. We're being saved right now by Cardi potentially, though, let's say, but just in general, people have their thoughts on it. What do you have to say about it from your perspective as a consumer who's listening to a shit ton of music in this genre and obviously other music as well. But yeah, what can you say?
Um, okay, so I think the mainstream is shit right now. It's
Mm,
terrible.
it
And
is.
even I'm gonna say it like straight up, like some of my favorite all-time artists, like Uzi, they're shit now. I fucking hate Uzi. He's so bad right now, bro. Horrible music.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man.
Um,
Coming
Mainstream is
forward.
horrible, yeah. Like
Yeah.
bunch of trash being posted and pushed by labels for money. Horrible.
Hmm.
I think the underground is flourishing right now. Like I'm hearing, oh, the underground is dead. I'm hearing the underground is dead. Like the scene is bad. Like fucking clone accusations, the usual fucking Twitter shit.
Of
But
course.
I honestly see so many like I don't want to say every day, but like every week I found a new good like a good new artist in
Yeah.
this scene. Like it's really not hard if you look and listen. So I think the underground is gonna take over.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I do agree. I do think that a lot of stuff coming from mainstream artists in this realm of the world has been disappointing. It hasn't stuck with me like, a lot of previous releases. You mentioned Uzi, yeah. Went one time through the pink tape and never really back to it again. And not to say that the music is bad,
It
bad,
is though.
like
It is
really
bad,
bad.
bro.
It's just not. I feel you. I feel you. Relative to his other stuff for sure, but it's not great. It's not something that sticks with me. And I think to your point, the underground is. I I listen to shit I listen to songs. Just on SoundCloud, can have a couple of thousand plays. I'm like, dude, if enough people knew this song existed, this would be in everyone's headphones, for like the next couple weeks, potentially months. Um, like, excuse me, the biggest song on my page, Fall Down with Relics and Sleep Relapse. That song to me, I was just talking to my one friend about it like a day ago or so and he's not tapped in at all. He's not in the scene, not anything. He's just one of my friends I've known since, fucking first grade. And he loves that song, plays it all the time, like plays it for all of his friends. They all fuck with it. And there's nothing about that song that has this underground sort of feel that I think SoundCloud and SoundCloud music is sort of known for. It's like a song that can be played anywhere.
Mhm.
can be listened to anyone and enjoyed by anyone. So I think I think you're so right when you say that, man. I hear your shit all the time. Like Count Up by Southside Silhouette. I know it's like an underground song, but there's so many people who just enjoy rap, hip hop that would love that fucking song on the first listen, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like something underground. Sounds
Not
good,
at
bro.
all.
Like,
Exactly.
because people associate the term underground with like shit. Like it's under, like they say, oh, it's underground for a reason. Nah, bro,
Exactly.
just have to uncover it.
Exactly. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. Is there a song I just mentioned Fall Down by Relics? Is there a song that you think would be a mainstream hit if enough people heard it, like off the top of your head?
Um, Mainstream hit.
Mainstream hit. You give me a couple if you want.
Well, okay, I'm gonna look at my SoundCloud though, not off the top of
No,
my head.
no, no, please, please do this live. Do this
I've
live.
been listening to Rascal. I mean, it's a leak, but Rascal by Hard Rock. That's ridiculous. That's one of the
That
best
song
songs I've
is
heard.
crazy. I know, dude. I've
That's
heard every hard
crazy.
rock song that's ever existed, bro.
I think I don't know if I want to say mainstream, but like I feel like if a lot of people listening to this, it would blow the fuck up. New swag from the Roland Dio versus You tape, the one that just dropped.
Crazy,
Crazy.
crazy,
Uh,
crazy, crazy.
there's
Good call.
I don't know if it's a host. Actually, no, it's a producer. He got a placement with Japan. The producer is Dark Outside, and the song is La Paris Bleu, like the blue
Yep.
Paris.
Yeah,
It's
that
on
song
his
is
page,
so
bro. That
insane.
would
Yeah,
be mainstream. Like I know some people who don't even listen to rap who would listen to that because it sounds so good.
song
The
is beautiful.
production is perfect.
Yeah,
So like there's a lot, bro. I could go on for hours, but there's definitely like this is what I'm saying. Like the underground is not bad at all right now. Like there's so many good songs, good artists.
dude, it really is a pleasure. Especially you mentioned a guy like Japan. His sound is so polished. It's so professional, and he's only
Hmm
18, 19 years old, bro. Like he's on a completely
What?
different
He's
level.
18?
Yeah, apparently he's like 18, 19
Shit.
years
I
old.
thought he was like 25.
Nah, dude, the way he talks, bro, you would think that he's fucking
He looks
a
older in
lot
the
older.
videos.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, he's got an old soul. It feels like, yeah, just the way he just approaches his music, it's just absolutely different. It's refreshing almost. So I think people that complaining about sort of the mainstream thing, just take a dive into the underground, man. I promise you will not be disappointed, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I got a question. What is planetarium in your Instagram bio? Are you planning on building one? Are you a fan of planetariums? Is that obviously that could be, you know, maybe a brand you're starting, something like that. I was just curious, man. Poking around.
Yeah. So it's I don't know, it's a funny story because like for the people who are listening, I have like at Planetarium, so just the username Planetarium, and because I used to be in like OG users community, like it's pretty much people who are buying and selling cool usernames, and like that was a like fun part of my life back from when I was in high school,
That's a
and then I quit it all,
great
and
tag.
I had a few usernames left, and the reason I have it in my bio is because at some point, like if this page takes off, I would want to start my own collective or like group of people or something like a label. I don't know, but
Please do.
that's what it's
Is it
gonna
gonna be
be.
called planetarium though? Because that's
Yeah,
amazing. That's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah,
But
yeah.
and the profile picture is a planetarium in Milan,
There you go.
which
Milan,
it's like
beautiful
right
Milan.
next
Oh,
to my
man.
house. There's
Yeah.
like a meaning behind everything I do or post.
Oh, that's absolutely insane. That's insane. I love that. I love that. I hope to see Planetarium Records in the flesh one day, man. Fuck it. We know we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it, man. We're gonna see it.
Yeah.
For the for a fact. Arcade man. What does 2024 going to look like? Well, excuse me, let me back up. Let me ask that better. Arcade, what does 2024 hold for you, man? What can we expect to see from you? What are you gonna give to the people, man? And yeah, what's Arcade gonna be doing this year?
Okay. So uh I I'm gonna drop a album very soon, a tape.
Yes, sir.
Uh
We need that.
it's gonna have around 10 songs.
Okay.
The people on it are fucking crazy. There's there's a lot of heat on it. Like I've been building it since September. So um it was like something I knew I wanted to do after I started the host page. Like I knew I wanted to do a host tape. Uh
Mhm.
I think it's crazy. But
Can you give
I
us any
hope
hints? Anyone on there, or you wanna wait till the day?
uh
You don't have to.
I'm
Just
gonna
keep close to
I
your
do
chest.
nah, because I hear everyone being like, nah, I'm not gonna say anything. Fuck it, I'll say something.
Okay,
Uh
okay.
I have I'm gonna say let me say. I'll say two people that are on it.
Okay.
There's Thrax on it,
Okay, wow. Okay. That's it. Okay. I'm interested.
and it's a feature, the Thrax song.
Oh, okay.
And then uh, um who else can I say? Mm.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now, man.
There's there's um there's a Snotty
Okay.
like a song he previewed on his story, which I think is one of his best songs, and it sounds nothing like the usual songs he puts out. So it's like a very different sound.
Well, I'm hyped up, ready to fucking go right now. I hope this shit comes out tomorrow. And when can we expect it?
I was working on the cover right before we started the call actually.
Oh,
Um
so it's
I'm
coming soon. It's coming
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah. It's like 90% done.
bye.
There's two songs missing. Uh one song has been missing for like 5 months now. I can't get it.
Yeah,
Some people know who I'm talking about,
I
but
know I know exactly who you're talking about, unfortunately. I think I do. Yeah.
many months.
Yeah.
He's just not sending it.
Fingers crossed you get that back. I know a couple other people waiting on that man too, I think. But hey man, let's
It'll come. I won't
fingers
lose
crossed. Fingers crossed.
faith.
Dude, well, Arcade man, this has been fucking legendary, man. I can't wait to have you on again. You're someone who's gonna come with your takes that passionate Milan energy I feel coming from you, man. Like we're speaking about the great country of Italy before. So, Arcade, tell the people where can they find you, man? Where can they tap into you?
Soundcloud.com/arcade. That's the page.
Great
And then
name.
on Instagram, it's A2R2.
Great. Yeah, you got great IG handles, man. Keep that up. Keep that up. Shout out Planetarium again. Arcade 2029. 5
2029.
years from now. Okay? Where are you gonna be? Where are the people gonna find you?
They're not gonna find me anymore. I'm gonna be hidden, bro.
You're gonna be hidden in 5 years.
I don't know. Like I could give such a long ass answer because I don't want to have music as my career. So
Okay,
like, I'm studying for something else that's irrelevant. So I'll probably in 5 years I'd want to be at a good point with that career, but I'll still be tapped in with music. Like I do it
of course.
for the sound, you know?
Of course. I love it. I love it, man. Someone who just loves the art for the art. It's really
Yeah.
beautiful. Arcade, closing statement, man. Any last words for the people out there?
Uh, I don't know. What could I say? Um,
Whatever the hell you want to say, man. The floor is yours. Shout out anybody, do anything you want right now.
okay, I want to shout out a few people.
Go for it.
I want to shout out Tali.
Shout
I
out
want to
Tally,
shout
of
out
course.
Snotty.
Yes,
I want
sir.
to shout out MSI.
Money
Uh,
stay involved. Yeah, bro.
yeah, yep. I want to shout out Teg. Teg is one of my greatest inspirations.
Likewise,
Legend,
bro.
Avante
Likewise.
Guardian.
Legend.
Remy, Sign from Undercover, Molly,
Simon K. Yeah,
Hazel.
bro. Yeah, shout
I
out
want to shout
K.
out Immortal Exclusives. He's a host. He just
Yeah, bro.
started, bro. Bapped.
Immortal's a dead one of the most dedicated people out here, bro.
I want to shout out Kilo. Fuck going on, Kilo.
What's going on, Kilo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all. And shout out to all the hosts that I've ever spoken to. You guys helped a lot.
Gotta give it applause for the host. Gotta give the applause for the host, man. What would we do without a host, man? Who knows? Arcade, bro. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for coming on again, bro.
No worries, bro. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir. To everyone listening to the Expressions Podcast, thank you very much. And until next time.